Factor in the humidity, it feels above 100. The National Weather Service has a heat advisory in effect for the entire region from 10 this morning through 5 p.m. this afternoon. Tonight, generally clear skies. A few clouds may drift by the area. It'll remain warm. Lows overnight around 80. For tomorrow, sunny and breezy weather. It's going to be hot again. We'll probably be under another heat advisory tomorrow, 90 to 95. Looking ahead to the day on Thursday, look for sunshine and breezy conditions with temperatures between 90 and 95. Offshore, winds are going to be out of the east at 10 to 15 knots today. Waves will run 2 to 4 feet, 1 to 3 feet off the western side of the islands. Your chance of encountering a shower offshore this morning, less than 30%. From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rob Carolyn.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the speakers, commentators, and experts and/or hosts. They do not necessarily reflect or represent the views held by the broadcaster. The broadcaster cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program. 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI.
You're tuned in to 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush Tea in the Morning with your hostess with the mostest, Neka Neekes. Be sure to grab a cup and pull up. We're about to get it started. You know what time it is, baby. It's tea time. Let's go.
You're live with Neka Neekes on Bush Tea in the Morning. You heard?
It's AWTITUDE representing the Boondocks, the black organization of noble diplomats optimizing expressions. Neka Neekes, yeah man, you make the sound play sweet. Yeah, people rocking and dipping out the street. Attitude said that. Look how the vibe sweet. Boondocks.
Hey.
Shake that thing like you don't care. Look, boom, boom, shaking everywhere. Girl, you welcome to come and shake that boom, boom, boom.
Good morning.
Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let me see you shake it for me.
How you doing? How you feeling?
I like the way you move.
It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush Tea in the Morning with your girl Neeks, your hostess with the mostest. You already know what time it is. Hey.
And touch the ground and shake that boom, 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 boom. Yeah, boom, boom. Girl, shake that boom, 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 boom. Come on, let me see you shake it for me. Okay, boom, twerk it for me. Okay, boom. Oh, I like the way you move and shake that boom, 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 boom. Girl, shake that boom, 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 boom.
Dang, dang, dang.
Shake it for me. Okay, boom, twerk it for me. Okay, boom. Oh, I like the way you move it, move it. Your waistline fits, baby, you a kid. Your legs not weak. Hey, they can't come baby, walk that walk. Let them talk.
Hey.
Your boom, boom.
How we doing? How we feeling? St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, Tortola, BVI, Puerto Rico.
Girl, you welcome to come and shake that boom, boom, boom.
Hey.
Girl, shake that boom, 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 boom. Come on, let me see you shake it for me. Okay, boom, twerk it for me. Okay, boom. Oh, I like the way you move and shake that.
Yes, that's right. Whether you're on the way to work, whether you're getting the kids, tucked away for the day, whether you are getting your reps in and your steps in, getting you some bush tea, some butter bread, some Johnny cakes, saltfish, wherever it be.
Feel it like a tornado, right that, like a pony.
Thank you for tuning in with me.
Hula hoop, do the hula hula, let me see the hula hula hoop, do the hula.
It's time to get our bush tea while it's hot.
To push back, prepare for the okay, boom, get ready to go.
I gotta say a huge thank you to our sponsors, My Lord Variety Store and Smoke Shop.
And shake that boom,
Right there in the Barron Spot Shopping Center, you can't miss it.
boom, boom, boom. Come on,
Look for the lights.
shake it for me. Okay, boom.
Hey,
Work it for me.
okay, boom.
Oh, I like the way you move and shake that.
Yes, that's right. And speaking of okay, boom, right here on the island, on the big island of St. Croix over the weekend.
Okay, boom. Twerk
What an eventful weekend we had indeed.
the way you move it, move it.
First of all, 101.3 Roe FM was on the rock because, we had our back to school giveaway, the second part of it, that is, because last weekend we did here on the big island of St. Croix, we gave away up to 500 book bags as well as devices. I mean, we gave away iPhones, we gave away some tablets, we gave away some MiFi devices as well too. We make sure that these kids get their year started off the right way. All right, the station is always taking care of you. We also had some snow cones, face paint, and all the goodies in store. And I mean, what more could you want? Okay, we had music, vibes, entertainment, and your hostess with the mostest, of course. We were out there having us a time. Shout out to the whole crew, true and true. 101.3, you're large. I gotta say shout out to, everybody. Sama Emanuela. Gotta say a huge shout out to Face. I gotta say a huge shout out DJ Chubby, DJ. We got Lips National and King Scorpion. You already know, guys, man, and none other than Big Ro herself. You already know, man. It's always love. We always doing it big, right?
Come this far just to come.
Hey,
A friend to all is a friend.
that's right.
Don't push me.
Now listen, so speaking of this weekend, we had a lot more than just a back to school giveaway, and not just here on the Big Island of St. Croix with Turner, but on St. Thomas as well too. They had none other than brunch and bikinis. And listen, I heard it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Then we had Sunny Side Up. That was kid lit. I mean, did you see the fits? And we had some candidates that were out the road, making sure that they were rallying in the best ways possible, making sure to get you, our constituents, your votes out there. Make sure you get your voices heard. All right. So we have some really high numbers as far as it's concerned, where, voting and all of that goes on. So I want to read some numbers. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because they already saying that we have surpassed the voting numbers of last election season, and that's great news. That is great news. That means y'all are getting out there, you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right, you're listening to 101.3 Roe FM, especially when I say go and vote. Okay, this is big people, the conversation we having right now. Everybody that's sitting back talking about, oh, I don't vote because nothing don't happen. You're why nothing happens. You are the problem. Congratulations. So that being said, to those who no longer want to be a part of the problem, near or far, listen, I got people reaching out to me all the way from the mainland saying, you know what, I'm still registered here at home. Can I do an absentee ballot? And you most absolutely can. We have some young people that are voting for the first time. And, they might have some questions. They might be unsure of the processes. They might not even understand some of the terminologies or just how the entire operation works, just because how well are you going to understand something you've always been far removed from, right? So we don't pass judgment. What we do is we make sure to get the information out there, because education is a part of the problem as well, too. We know that, right? Educating those who, it's not something that they teach you in school, how to get out there and vote, how to register, how to understand the system or whatnot. They teach you the basics, and underlying the rest is truly up to you and your own understanding. So each one reach one, help somebody, let somebody lean on you, or if you need to, don't be too prideful to go and lean on somebody else as well. Okay, whether it be younger, older, or whether they mirror you right there and there. So at the end of the day, we're getting it done. The numbers are out there, and I was trying to see if I could pull up these numbers really quick for you guys, but I seem to have lost it a little bit. Did I? I saw that St. Thomas. Where are these numbers at? Where are the numbers at? I just had this. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to pull it up for you guys after this quick break, and then we're going to get into it, because I want to make sure it's factual. I like to make sure that I'm bringing you the facts, the Snapple facts, okay? You shake up a bottle of Snapple, pop the bottom, pop, and underneath you got something, you'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. Exactly. That's how Bush Tina might not be. So keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We're going to be right back in just a bit. We got some birthday shout outs we got to do. All right. The cup is nice and hot. We ready to do this. So keep it locked. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush Tina Minor with your girl, Neeks. All right. We're going to hear some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
The station with the best music.
I love the music.
101.3 Roe FM.
Good day, Virgin Islanders. This is Milton E. Potter. Early voting has begun, and accountability is on the ballot. This election is about which team is prepared to accept responsibility for the entire government. People are tired of leaders stepping forward when there is credit to claim and ribbons to be cut, then stepping back, something goes wrong. That's not leadership. The lieutenant governor cannot be a spectator in the government he was elected to help lead. He must help coordinate, troubleshoot, follow through on priorities, and share responsibility for results, good and bad. That is the kind of lieutenant governor I will be. I have served 3 terms in the legislature, led the division of personnel, and now serve as your Senate president. I understand how laws are written, how budgets are built, how agencies operate, and how projects get delayed. But the public should not have to care which office is blaming which office. We want the problem solved. Stacey Plaskett has secured extraordinary resources for the Virgin Islands. Our job will be to move those resources out of announcements and into rebuilt schools, improved healthcare, more reliable power, stronger public services, and real opportunity for our young people. The power of two means both leaders working, both leaders present, both leaders accountable. Vote early, vote number 2, vote for Stacey Plaskett and Milton Potter.
Sponsored by Plaskett Potter for People.
This July, the excitement never stops at Caravel Casino. Every Sunday from noon to 4 p.m. Join us for Sunday Fun Day, where 5 Lucky Rewards Club members will each win $500 cash every hour. Plus, receive free slot play based on your club tier. If you're 50 or better, stop in every Monday for $10 in free slot play. Tuesdays and Saturdays, Rewards Club members receive bonus free slot play based on their tier. And every Wednesday, enjoy another free slot play offer just for visiting. Then, turn up the heat. Thursday nights, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. during our Beat the Heat drawings with $500 cash winners every hour. Every Friday from 3 p.m. until midnight, it's our staycation drawings where hourly winners take home $500 cash or a 2-night hotel stay. And celebrate Independence Day on Saturday, July 4th with $500 cash drawings every hour from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Join the Caravel Rewards Club today and receive $25 in free slot play just for signing up. Caravel Casino, your place to play this July.
There's new and exciting news from the Office of the Lieutenant Governor. Now in its final phase and in conjunction with the University of the Virgin Islands Eastern Caribbean Center, the Street Addressing Initiative is a territory-wide project to instate a nationally standardized addressing system with corresponding street signage. Will aid in meeting requirements that are essential to our infrastructure, like delivery services, disaster recovery and emergency management efficiency, and utility operations. It will also enable visitors and residents to use navigation apps such as Google Maps and Waze to get around and explore our beautiful islands with ease. In the coming months, St. John will be the first island completed. To learn more and how you can be a part of history and this exciting project, go to ltg.gov.vi. Click on the Divisions tab, select the GIS program and Street Addressing Initiative. The Street Addressing Initiative, making it easier for all of us to get around.
Armstrong Ice Cream St. Croix, serving up sweetness family style in Frederickstead. Come cool on down with island ice cream flavors you love. Pumpkin and Baileys for Thanksgiving vibes. Sweet guava berry for Christmas time. And all year round, we're serving up lemongrass, soursop, gooseberry, guava, passion fruit, and so much more. Amazing and refreshing taste in every scoop. Hungry? You'll love the deli. Veggie beef burgers, hot off the grill. Cheesy quesadillas, done just right. Hours nice and easy. Tuesday to Saturday, 7 to 7 with the deli serving until 2:30 p.m. And Sundays serving ice cream 11 to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 340-772-1919. Armstrong Ice Cream. Cool vibes, sweet flavors, island style.
Every election season, we have a callaloo going on. But do you know that every voter is an essential ingredient in this callaloo recipe? Like a good pot of callaloo, in order for us to have a healthy democracy, voting is the most powerful and peaceful way to make things happen in our community. Our future depends on what we do today to make that pot of callaloo better. Our generation faces so many challenges. I hope that you will join me for early voting on July 20th through 29th at the Sunny Isles Board of Elections office from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Every election is important. Be a voter. I will show up to vote to keep my promise that I will elect leaders who will build a better territory for all of us. I will vote for Kurt VLA, number 5 on the ballot. I love voting the same way I love a good pata kalalo. Go out and vote. Vote Kurt VLA, number 5 on the ballot.
Paid for by friends of Kurt VLA to the Senate.
This is the VI Star Boy Bugsy Bugs Busy Bee, and it's all about the Bush Tea in the morning show. I get my Bush Tea power on there. Hey DJ DJ, hey Neka Neekes, how we go? 101.3 Roe FM.
Hey, 8 o'clock in the morning. Talk to me nice. Hey. Good morning, Shamari. I see you. Jennifer. How are you doing? How you feeling? Oh, yes. Hey, it's Tuesday. Get our blood pumping real quick. One time for the one time. Hey, just let the phone ring. Pumpa he whole foot in this one. Hey. Hey. P to the U to the EM. Hey. Believe it, believe it. Hey, oh man, listen. We gotta let the phone ring one time for the one time. You already know. Man, guys, this weekend definitely was calling, and we're calling heavy. Because listen, it got some more things coming up, you know. I'm gonna let y'all know real quick. But we had a grand time. I like to see everybody out in their outfits, and they had the cowboy hats swinging. Yeehaw. I had wanted. Why you know about that? First of all. Some of y'all ain't never been on a ranch in your life, but listen, them fits, let me tell you, we are one creative people, and I love to see it. I love it. And it's the questions, the fits, the outfits are still dropping like it's hot, and I'm loving it. We need more themed events like that, okay? So shout out to all the promoters who make it happen, who keep the thing lit, make sure that, you know, we ain't things, man. We ain't things. Now, speaking of which, let me remind you guys that August 1st, it goes down as this weekend, Saturday. All right, it goes down. Majestic Entertainment presents none other than a night of vibes, okay? And it's Gaza Empire versus Trinidad Volume 9. It going down by levels, all right? Representing the Gaza, we got Party Jesus, Star General, Fire Emblem, oh yes. And then on the other side, we got none other than Trinidad, DJ Chubby, Lunatic Sounds, DJ Genius, and Mr. Energy. Hey. Guys, say a huge shout out, okay? All right, it goes down 54B Company Street. All right, in Christiansted, $20 gets you in before 12 a.m. For VIP, email majesticentertainmentvi@gmail.com, or you can hit them up via Facebook at Majestic Ent VI. That's at Majestic MAJESTICEENTVI. Okay, go check them out. All right, so, and it's also another than Chemo. I see you, you're larger in charge. This is going to go down. It's going to be nice, man. So make sure y'all be there or be square. All right, we got a block party going down this weekend. August 1st. There's so much happening on August 1st. Listen, nobody didn't know this was the primaries. So, it's so much going down on August 1st, okay? Not to mention that Department of Education, the school children said, Department of Education also has something, they have an event that they're going to be pushing for the kids, a back to school event as well. I'll give you some more information in a few. But listen, we headed on downtown, okay? We got some guest performances by Oren Levine and Friends, Climax Band, Fire Train. Oh, yes. Listen, it's going to be hosted by none other than the big man boss himself. It goes down from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., and it's a black party, all right? Bringing back peace, love, and unity. Celebrating 10 years of revitalizing our community. Brought part by Caravel Hotel and Casino. So head on down, okay? Downtown gonna be lit. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be nice and, something to do, especially after the primaries. And Lord, I gotta pray for these Virgin Islands because who knows what direction is going to go this weekend? Who knows? Okay. Saturday, it goes down heavy, heavy, heavy. Make sure y'all head on out to vote. And after you're done voting and encouraging others to do the same, all right, there's a series of events for you to go and participate in. Make sure you do so safely. All right. We want to make sure that everybody gets home at the end of the night. Now, that being said, Thursday it also goes down at Levels. All right, tonight is Tuesday, so tonight they got R&B Tuesdays, Red Light District, smooth R&B vibes, drink specials, hookahs, and cigars starting at 7 p.m. So go and check that out. Thursday we got the sit down candidate conversations, okay, and they got a meet and greet at 6:30 p.m. followed by a live question and answer at 7 p.m. It's informative discussions with the community and candidates, and then we're about to some great music, food, and drinks. So hey, you can't want for nothing more. Head on down to the sit down. Last week we had none other than candidate for governor and lieutenant governor Jajenza Roach, and listen, we had a grand time. The questions that were asked, the people that participated and showed up, it was a great turnout. Everybody had a good time. So come on out Thursday. We still got a few more to go, heading on into this election season. All right, now Saturday, also Saturday Night Live. You should be bringing the energy all night long. This Saturday is actually when we're gonna have the showdown. The Gaza Empire versus Trinidad Volume 9. So that's what goes down Saturday at Levels. And then Sunday, they got Reminiscent Sundays. Take it back with the classics, old school hits, sushi, drinks, and hookah starting at 7 p.m. So be there or be square. All right. Also got to remind you guys that we also got Cruisin' Foodie Rum and Rose. It's an experience, okay? Celebrating 5 years. They got bottomless rosé, rum cocktails, and curated food pairings. It goes down on the 1st as well at the Carambola Golf Club from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's Island Chic Pink and White Summer Attire. Strongly recommended, okay? Non-alcoholic options are also available. For tickets and information, visit Rum and Rose stx.com. That's RUMANDROSE stx.com. All right. So portions of these sales benefit Patrick and Amelia Williams Opportunity Fund. So head on out. All right. Make sure to go check it out. That's Rum and Rosé, the Cruise and Foodie Experience. Ooh wee. And that sounds very classy. So if you got something pink, don't even think about it. Just head on down to Carambola, or I should say up, right? Head on up to Carambola for the Rum and Rosé Experience. So that being said, guys, I want to remind you guys that anybody wants to do interviews and advertising, I get some requests here and there, and as much as I don't mind always giving information, please make sure to remember, save it and lock it in your phone so that when things come up, you don't have to look for it. The number to call, 340-204-8512. That's the number to call. And that goes for artists, that goes for small businesses, that goes for candidates, you name it, all right? Any information you might want to know about the business side of things here with 101.3 Roe FM, that is the number to call, 340-204-8512. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to give away some items, you name it, and we're always willing to work with everybody, so just reach out. Sometimes people send requests through social media, and I always repeat, I do not recommend that being your mode of communication of choice. Okay, so just hit us up, 340-204-8512. That's the number to call. All right. Also, live hibachi dinner and show at Legends Lounge. All right. And it goes down starting this Thursday, July 30th, all the way through August 2nd. Seating times are Thursday, July 30th, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Okay. So you got to pick which setting or which slot time you want to be seated for. Okay. And on which date, because there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and there's limited seating available. So you got to make sure you reserve your spot today. Okay. Don't wait. Thursday, July 30th, it goes down 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, July 31st, they only have 9 p.m. All right. So Saturday, August 1st, they have 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. And then on Sunday, August 2nd, there's 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. So give them a call, 904-356-3839 or 904-947-0501. The number again, 905-356-3839 or 904-947-0501. 0501, and that's the RSVP Dominic Interactive Experience featuring a live chef, real flames, big energy, delicious food, and unforgettable memories. All right, so guys, head on down. Plenty to do. I'm telling you, we got a lot to do on the first, so don't complain. Go head on out to vote and go get pretty because the town is gonna come alive. Oh yeah, for sure. Now listen, I got one more thing. Hold on. Do I have time? I think I have some time. I think I'll do this really quick before we get into our tea time portion of the morning. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do right now, right? Because, listen, it's big Leo season. And they're coming through heavy.
Yeah. Life.
Celebrate what?
Celebrate life.
One more year,
Celebrate life.
Remember the number to call, 340-715-7948. Save it to your phone. Is that
one more year on them? Give thanks for life.
Hey.
See how we doing it again. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, my friend. One more year.
And yesterday y'all came in heavy for real because Lord, we had so many birthdays over the weekend and yesterday.
Yeah, push. If I ever pan the ground, splash.
But I got everybody. Today is so heavy, you know. But listen, I still want to say a huge birthday shout out to everybody that's celebrating, everybody that cutting the cake. Cheers to you. Happy solar return, and yet another one. Wishing you many more to come.
Happy birthday, I'm a friend.
Gotta say a huge shout out to Reds Joseph. Happy birthday to you, Jojo Kingdom. Press Williams. Ayoga Nemia. Kwame Richards. All right. And I gotta say a huge shout out again to my niece because she made birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, my love, Natalis Burgos.
So we love in life. It's another year. So we are rejoice. Be a family.
Hey.
We're not paranoid. Gratitude is a must make we be love.
Hey, them Leos don't play no. They come into flex.
If I'm negative, me tell you love it.
Is that
heart clean with health and strength when you are worried about? While the most I blessing you. Yeah.
And we already seen how heavy Leo season came through, busting the gate. You know, this was their first strong weekend that just passed. And they didn't come to play. Daddy Jones, I see you. That was definitely a highlight of the weekend as well. Pompa, A. P to the U to the M to the P to the A, baby. So shout out to everybody that came out and had a good vibe. It was violence free. We had no major events or activities that took place. Everybody was able to just rock out and have a good time. And that's what we want, under the moonlight, you know?
Times rougher. Most I give with the strength. They have for a reason. In any event.
Congratulations. Much love to you guys. All right, we're going to cut to a brief commercial break. We're going to take a brief pause for the cause, pay these bills, and get into the tea time portion of the day. No time flies when we're in here having fun. So keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bush Tea Manor with your girl, Neeks. Don't touch that dial. We're going to be right back, baby.
1 gig for $50 a month and a 30-day money-back guarantee? Are you fiber kidding me? I'm in. Charles, take the mic. I have to go. Oh, all right. Visit libertyvi.com/fiber and switch to Liberty True Fiber now.
Hey hon, have you checked out Precision Auto Parts? They have everything you need for your car.
Is that the new auto parts store where cars used to be by foreigners?
Yes, they offer the widest variety of domestic and foreign parts. From oil to batteries, filters to lawnmowers and trimmer accessories, they have it all.
Wow, that's amazing. I heard they had the lowest prices in town too.
Absolutely. Plus, their customer service is top notch. They really know their stuff.
For all your automobile accessory needs, visit Precision Auto Parts. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Call them today at 340-773-7276.
Precision Auto Parts, your one-stop shop for quality auto parts at unbeatable prices. Precision Auto Parts, for a smoother ride.
Fellow Virgin Islanders, this is your candidate for Governor, Donna Fred Gregory. The Envision Tomorrow Hurricane Recovery Program has failed the people of the Virgin Islands. Over $60 million were provided to rebuild homes damaged by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Yet nearly 9 years later, hundreds of families are still waiting for help. Many of our people are still living under tarps, and we are already in another hurricane season. This level of mismanagement and lack of accountability is unacceptable. Our people deserve better. Rodney and I will immediately get to work by auditing the disaster recovery program, cutting delays and ensuring families finally receive the assistance they have waited for years. Enough is enough. It's time for accountable leadership. It's time for results. This has been your candidate for governor, number 3 on your ballot, Donna Fred Gregory and Rodney Moorhead. On August 1, vote number 3.
Virgin Island people, they tell me they set and ready for this.
Paid for by VI Now for DFG.
Get ready, St. Croix. The heat is coming to Legends Lounge in Frederickstead. 4 unforgettable nights, July 30th, August 2nd. Experience the excitement of a live hibachi dinner and show. Watch as our talented chef cooks your meal right before your eyes. It's dinner and entertainment all in one amazing experience. Seating times are July 30th, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Friday, July 31st, 9 p.m. Saturday, August 1st, 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. And Sunday, August 2nd, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. Limited seating is available, so reserve your spot today. Call or text 904-356-3839 or 904-947-0501 to RSVP. Don't miss this interactive hibachi experience featuring a live chef, real flames, big energy, delicious food, and unforgettable memories. July 30th through August 2nd, only at Legends Lounge in Frederickstead. We'll see you there.
Need construction work done? Call the team that's ready to build, repair, and transform your space. SAB Construction. From strong masonry work to smooth drywall and sheetrock installation, beautiful tile settings, and clean professional painting services, SAB Construction is here to meet all your needs. Reliable service, quality results, and affordable prices, and free estimates too. Call today, 340-205-6101 or email at sabconstruction43@gmail.com. That's SAB Construction, building island greatness, one project at a time.
When I asked for your trust, I made a commitment to fight every day to improve the quality of life for the people of the Virgin Islands through action, solutions, and results. This is your Democratic Senator, Kenneth Kenny Gittens. Since the devastating hurricanes of 2017, too many rebuilding projects have faced necessary delay because of slow permitting and government red tape. That's why I introduced and successfully passed legislation allowing the Department of Planning and Natural Resources to offer expedited building permits through a special accelerated process. This common sense measure helps move construction projects forward faster, supports economic development, creates jobs, and helps our communities rebuild stronger and more efficiently. Progress cannot wait, and our people deserve a government that works responsibly and delivers results. I respectfully ask for your continued support so I can continue fighting for a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Virgin Islands for all.
Paid for by the supporters of Kenneth Kenny Gittens.
The new 101.3 Roe FM.
Hip-hop.
The most hip-hop.
WEVI, Frederickstead, Christiansted, St. Croix.
#1 station in the world. I knew it.
Alima Rose Station.
Prestige International Real Estate St. Croix is a proud sponsor of our 3rd annual Back to School Drive and Giveaway. At Christie's International Real Estate, we're passionate about more than just real estate. We're passionate about our community. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, searching for your dream island home, or looking for expert vacation rentals and property management services, our experienced team is here to help every step of the way. Join us as we help students start the school year strong with backpacks, school supplies, and plenty of community spirit. From beachfront estates and condos to investment properties and vacation rentals, Christie's International Real Estate St. Croix is your trusted island real estate resource. Christie's International Real Estate St. Croix, connecting people to property and giving back to the community we love.
I miss enough of them haunted. Sweet reggae music yanded. Looking at me eye and you will see some man a seed where the music planted. Don't know, pressure bus pipe, keep it locked to 101.3 Roe FM, keep the fire burning. Ja Rastafari. Believe, na oh, oh. Wake up in the morning and I say bush tea. Yeah, it's Cruciano, and you're listening to the one and only Nix and Bush Tea in the morning on 101.3 Roe FM. Say believe, Cruciano, baby, I only die for the weekend. 9:15, we don't cross my.
Hey. Big tune. Man, we got so many talented Virgin Island artists. Near and far. We're doing it big. Representing. Yes. And Cruciano just dropped another hot one. But I'm gonna try to get him in here in the studio with you guys, man. So we gotta talk about this and where he's been, because he definitely got a story to tell, and I kind of been hinting at it for a little bit, but it's time. Shout out. And listen, I need some drops, so listen, if you want to hear your voice on Bush Tea Money, run that, send me that. That's right, just link me, man. Let me know, 340-204-8512. Let's talk about it. But I need that walk with that. Yes, man. And listen, we're gonna get into the Bush Tea, the tea time portion of the morning. Lord, let me tell you something. I'm struggling today, my voice. My voice. Can you tell? I feel like I can hear it. I don't feel like myself. But man, let's get into it, because one way to get you back in the mood and get you feeling, quite alive, invigorated, right, is to make sure that you get you something nice and hot to drink in the morning. So listen, today we're going to talk about a well-known bush tea, but by a different name, okay? Because that's the thing about the Caribbean. Everybody that calls things what they want. The further you go down the archipelago, the more you learn something new. I saw somebody refer to quinip as Spanish lime. And I was like, sir, that is not Spanish, nor is it lime. What are you talking about? Okay, anybody else ever heard about that? I've heard quinip, all kind of thing. And now, it ain't season. That was a good time to get you some. If you don't know what that is, ask somebody, right? But I don't understand where Spanish lime come from. Like, somebody gotta explain that one for me. And is that a thing somewhere for real? Because I ain't never heard that one yet. But hey, culture is culture, and we all have a different story to tell. You're telling the same story, just with different words, right? So that being said, lemongrass is also known as fever grass. Now, it's been a year since I actually presented this tea, right, as a tea in the morning. When I first started covering the teas, I definitely cover lemongrass, and it's definitely one of my faves. Okay, that's a go-to for me and for most of us, especially this side of the diaspora. So let's get into it. fever grass tea. All right, known around the Caribbean as one of the most commonly used and beloved bush teas, for sure. All right, while many people simply call it lemongrass, here in the Virgin Islands and throughout the Caribbean is affectionately known as fever grass because of its long history of being used as a home remedy for colds, fevers, and general illness. Fever grass is a tall, fragrant grass with long green blades that release a fresh lemon scent when crushed. Is that lemon? Is that what we'd be smelling? Because I never attributed to lemon, you know. And I used to wonder why they call it lemongrass. Ain't nothing citrusy about it, but I don't know. I love the fragrance. It's one of my faves for sure. Even when you put it in lotions, body butters, sprays, you name it, I love that smell. But nothing about it gives lemon to me. So, hey, you say one, say two. But hey, so although it originated in tropical Asia, it thrives throughout the Caribbean where many families grow it right in their backyards. For generations, it has been one of the first teas prepared whenever someone in the households begin feeling under the weather. All right, traditionally, fever grass has been known to help promote relaxation, reduce stress, ease cold symptoms, soothe upset stomach, and encourage restful sleep. Many Caribbean families also drink it simply because it's refreshing, naturally caffeine-free, and has a pleasant citrus flavor. One of fever grass's greatest strengths is its rich supply of natural plant compounds, including antioxidants such as flavonoids and phenolic. Ooh, did I say that wrong? That doesn't happen. Phenolic compounds. Antioxidants help protect the body's cells from damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Scientists continue studying how these compounds may contribute to overall wellness, although drinking fever grass tea should be viewed as part of a healthy lifestyle rather than a cure for disease, right? Now, fever grass has also been traditionally used to support healthy digestion. Many people drink a warm cup after meals to relieve bloating, gas, indigestion, and mild stomach discomfort. Another reason people enjoy fever grass is because of its calming effect. The soothing aroma and warming infusion make it a favorite evening beverage for those trying to unwind after a long day. So see, you don't have to just have bush tea in the morning, you know. You can have bush tea in the evening too. All right? At least that's how my grandparents used to put we to sleep. So it works. All right? Now, some individuals find that it helps them to relax before bedtime, making it an excellent caffeine-free alternative to caffeine or black tea. All right, research also explored whether compounds found in lemongrass may have mild anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Now, fever grass is naturally caffeine-free, making it suitable for most people throughout the day. Unlike coffee or energy drinks, it provides hydration without stimulating the nervous system. Preparing fever grass is simple. Fresh stalks are washed thoroughly and lightly crushed to release their natural oil. Grass is then simmered in water for approximately 10 to 15 minutes before being strained. Many people enjoy adding slices of fresh ginger, cinnamon stick, bay leaf, mint leaves, or a little honey, and or anise to enhance the flavor. Although fever grass is generally considered safe when consumed in normal food or tea amounts, moderation is always recommended. Pregnant women, individuals taking prescription medications, or anyone managing chronic medical conditions should always consult their healthcare provider before regularly consuming large amounts of herbs or supplements of any kind. All right. So, that being said, remember that bush tea can be a wonderful addition to a healthy lifestyle, but they should never replace proper medical care when you are seriously ill. Drink wisely, stay hydrated, and continue taking good care of your health. Okay? Talk to me. Oh, yes, lemongrass run the road for sure. Okay. So, and being that we're going right back into the back to school, I just wanted to make sure that we highlight some lemongrass. And speaking of back to school, every day this week and last week, we are highlighting Virgin Islands educators, especially those whose names adorn the buildings of our alma maters and our institutions of learning. Okay. So, I gotta say a huge shout out. Today, we're actually gonna be covering Eulalie Marley Casteja Rolson Rivera. Okay. Did you know it was so long? Did you know? I like when they come with a little facts them, you know. People will be like, oh, I didn't know that. So let's get into it. All right. So Eulalie Marley Castella Rolson Rivera, one of the territory's most beloved educators, historians, civic leaders, and cultural preservationists. Few Virgin Islanders have left such a lasting impact on education, community service, and the preservation of Crucian heritage as Miss Rivera has. Eulalie Rivera was born in Frederiksted, St. Croix on August 2nd, 1907. She experienced hardship at a very young age after losing her mother and was raised in the Ebenezer orphanage. Despite those early challenges, she developed a love for learning and a desire to help others. All right. At a time, educational opportunities on St. Croix were limited, as we keep hearing, right? And completing the 9th grade represented the highest level of schooling available on the island. Determined to continue learning, Rivera earned her assistant graded teacher's license in 1932. Her principal's license in 1934, opening the door to a remarkable career in education. Her teaching journey actually began while she was still a teenager at the orphanage, where she was asked to teach the kindergarten class. The experience ignited a passion that would shape the rest of her life. She later joined the Virgin Islands public school system, teaching first at Christiansted Kindergarten before moving to Diamond School. After Diamond School closed, she continued teaching at La Grande Princess School and later spent many years at Claro Marco School, where she remained until retiring in 1974 after more than 4 decades of service. Mrs. Rivera believed that education extended far beyond textbooks. She taught her students discipline, respect, responsibility, patriotism, and pride in their Virgin Islands heritage. Former students often remembered her as a firm but compassionate teacher who expected excellence while genuinely caring about the success of every child who entered her classroom. She understood that teachers shape future generations, and she carried that responsibility with great pride. Her influence reached well beyond the classroom. Rivera dedicated countless hours to civic and volunteer organizations throughout the island of St. Croix. She served as president of the Women's League of St. Croix, the Frederiksted Democratic Club, and the Frederiksted Hospital Auxiliary. She also worked with the League of Women Voters, the Friends of Denmark, and the Committee on Aging, and served as superintendent on the Lutheran Church Sunday School. She became a charter member of the St. Croix Business and Professional Women's Club, helping to open doors for women throughout the territory. Mrs. Rivera also played an important role in preserving Virgin Islands culture. She helped to promote and preserve local traditions and was among those credited with helping establish what eventually became the annual St. Croix Christmas Festival. She believed culture, history, and education belonged together and worked tirelessly to ensure younger generations understood the customs and traditions that make the Virgin Islands unique. All right. Her dedication did not end with retirement. In the 1980s, she was elected to the Virgin Board of Education, where she served multiple terms, including as vice chair. Even after decades in the classroom, she continued advocating for students, teachers, and educational excellence across the territory. Ms. Rivera was an accomplished author. In 1987, she published Growing Up in St. Croix, a treasured memoir that shares vivid memories of island life during the early 1900s. Through her writing, she documented customs, traditions, celebrations, daily life, and the experiences of growing up during a period of tremendous change. Today, her book continues to serve as an important historical resource for students, educators, historians, and anyone interested in Virgin Islands culture. Why is that not a major part of the curriculum? Or is it? Please let me know, because I too would like to read this story, and I wonder how come I never get a chance to hear it. Why don't we include more Virgin Islands artists in our culture when we talking about, in our curriculum, when we're talking about kids, and the books that they're able to read. Throughout her life, she received numerous awards recognizing her extraordinary contributions. In 1967, she was named Teacher of the Year at Claro Marco School and was honored as Woman of the Year by the Frederiksted Business and Professional Women's Club. In 1974, the Virgin Islands Legislature permanently recognized her legacy by renaming Grove Place Elementary School as Eulalie Rivera Elementary School, ensuring future generations would remember her lifelong commitment to education. Today, the school continues to serve students as Eulalie Rivera Pre-K through 8 school here on St. Croix. Miss Eulalie Rivera passed away on January 2nd, 2009. at the remarkable age of 101. By then, she had touched the lives of thousands of Virgin Islanders, not only through her teaching, but through her leadership, volunteerism, cultural preservation, and unwavering belief that education is the foundation of a stronger community. And I too agree. Oh, man. That's Mrs. Eulalie Rivera. Oh, man. Good morning. Good morning. I see you guys. Shout out to everybody on the chat, everybody on the Facebook Live, and everybody on the TuneIn app as well. Shout out to you guys, all right? Listen, we're going to cut to a brief commercial break, and after these messages, we're going to be right back. It's Bush Tea in the morning. I hope you got your fever grass nice and hot, okay? Keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We gotta get back right back into it after these messages. Keep it locked.
Well, look who it is. It's the Roe FM with all the big tune there, big tune there. Lord is sweet, calling, tell me how you love it. Under Roe FM is tea. Ooh, Roe FM is tea. Be there. Like you don't want dance. It's your boy Adam when you're listening to Roe FM. We VI.
Look! 1 gig upload, 1 gig download. Perfection! I'm downloading a video on how to upload videos while uploading a video on how to download them. All at the same time. Symmetrical. Beautiful. 1 gig for $15 a month. Switch to Liberty True Fiber now. Visit libertyvi.com/fiber.
Asking who is Delia Smith? Well, let me tell you. Delia is a St. Jonian wife, mother, and grandmother who has spent her entire adult life serving the people of the Virgin Islands. Her impeccable character and integrity is absolutely what we need and what earned her the historic position of U.S. Attorney. In that office, she demonstrated her courage to take on even the hardest fights and win, as well as her ability to easily form relationships and earn the respect of colleagues from both political parties. Through her work and as a lifelong resident, she knows us and the challenges we face firsthand. Her most important asset, though, is her unquenchable passion for service, not to herself, donors, or special interests, but to all of we, the people of the Virgin Islands. She is pure, competent, and deeply committed to giving us the highest quality of representation. This is Donna Christensen. Vote number 2, Delia Smith, for Delegate to Congress.
Vote Delia Smith. Vote your voice. Delia Smith. The people's choice.
Vote for Delia Smith on August 1st. Paid for by Delia Smith for Congress number 2 on the ballot.
Hey, St. Croix, listen up. Your favorite spot, formerly known as Spicy Grill, is still turning up the heat as the Flaming Grill. Same flavors you love, now with more options. Located across from the Agricultural Fairgrounds on the road headed to the BMV. You can't miss it. We've got barbecue chicken, baby back ribs, pork chops, lamb chops, ribeye, and New York steak. Plus, fresh grilled salmon, mahi-mahi, and shrimp. And don't sleep on those daily specials. Kankin butter sauce, rich oxtail, Tuesday roti, and so much more. Always cooked just right. Burger lovers, you're covered. Chicken, steak, salmon, dolphin, veggie burgers with fries, wraps, wings, salads, hot sides, the whole lineup. Open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located across from the Agricultural Fairgrounds on the road headed to the BMV. Call ahead 340-778-6270 and follow us on Facebook. Same roots, a whole new fire.
Hey hon, have you checked out Precision Auto Parts? They have everything you need for your car.
Is that the new auto parts store where cars only used to be by 5 corners?
Yes, they offer the widest variety of domestic and foreign parts. From oil to batteries, filters to lawnmowers and trimmer accessories, they have it all.
Wow, that's amazing. I heard they had the lowest prices in town too.
Absolutely. Plus, their customer service is top notch. They really know their stuff.
For all your automobile accessory needs, visit Precision Auto Parts. Don't settle for anything less than the best. Call them today at 340-773-7276.
Precision Auto Parts, your one-stop shop for quality auto parts at unbeatable prices. Precision Auto Parts, for a smoother ride.
I was born here, St. Croix. My roots, Mumbiju, then Glen. Public school all the way. Then I put on a badge. I spent my career walking these same streets and neighborhoods. I know what people are worried about when they lock their doors at night. And I know what they're hoping from us when they wake up in the morning. 6 terms as your senator. Senate president, twice. Police commissioner, husband, small business owner, father. Every one of those responsibilities was a lead. With me, St. Croix will always have a seat at the table. When Lieutenant Governor Roach asked me to run with him, I didn't hesitate, because this isn't about politicians. You spend a career in law enforcement, you get good at spotting when something doesn't add up. I can tell you, a lot hasn't been adding up. We intend to change that. That's what purpose looks like. I'm Noval E. Francis Jr. I've been earning your trust my whole life. I'm not about to stop now.
Paid for by Roach Francis for Governor and Lieutenant Governor.
Is your Homer business ready for a fresh new look? Phantom Eyes LLC has got you covered from top to bottom. From professional painting and power washing to tiling, masonry, cistern services, and deep cleaning, even yard cleanup. Phantom Eyes LLC does it all, and they do it right. We bring precision, reliability, and an eye for detail to every project. Big job or small job, your property is our priority. Call 340-226-3610 today and let Phantom Eyes LLC transform your space. Phantom Eyes LLC. If you can imagine it, we can improve it.
Get ready, St. Croix. The heat is coming to Legends Lounge in Frederickstead. 4 unforgettable nights, July 30th through August 2nd. Experience the excitement of a live hibachi dinner and show. Watch as our talented chef cooks your meal right before your eyes. It's dinner and entertainment all in one amazing experience. Seating times are July 30th, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Friday, July 31st, 9 p.m. Saturday, August 1st, 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. And Sunday, August 2nd, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. Limited seating is available, so reserve your spot today. Call or text 904-356-3839 or 904-947-0501 to RSVP. Don't miss this interactive hibachi experience featuring a live chef, real flame, big energy, delicious food, and unforgettable memories. July 30th through August 2nd, only at Legends Lounge in Frederickstead. We'll see you there.
Virgin Islands, it's time. Time to make your voice heard. Time to make your vote count.
Get out and vote.
Mark your calendars. Early voting for the 2026 primary election runs July 20th through July 29th for St. Thomas and St. Croix, and July 23rd through July 29th on St. John. Voting hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily on St. Thomas and St. Croix, and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily on St. John. Voting is easy, convenient, and transparent. Voters in the St. Thomas-St. John district may vote at either voting center. On St. Thomas, vote at Election Systems Office located at Lockhart Gardens above Banco Popular. On St. John, vote at the Election Systems Office located at the Marketplace, 3rd floor, Suite 2. On St. Croix, vote at the Election Systems Office located at Sunny Isle Shopping Center, Unit 26. Whether you vote early or on Election Day, your vote matters.
Get out and vote. Every vote
Brought to you by the election system of the Virgin Islands. Now remember, one vote makes a difference.
Somebody say, Roach and Francis. Somebody say, let me hear you say. Everybody say, Roach and Francis. Transparency, our team we could trust. Humility, putting people first. Integrity, they're fighting for us. Serving with a purpose. Fighting for the people, working with a purpose. For the Virgin Islands, vision for the future. Let's do make it better. VPI will prosper. Transparency.
For by Roach Francis for Governor and Lieutenant Governor.
Greetings, this is Janelle Castro, your candidate for delegate to Congress. For too long, the Virgin Islands has been treated as an afterthought. We pay more for food, more for shipping, more for electricity, and we continue to fight for the federal resources and representation every American citizen deserves. I'm running for Congress because our territory deserves a strong voice in Washington and someone who understands how federal policy affects everyday life here at home. My plan is simple: lower the cost of living, strengthen healthcare, protect our seniors, support our farmers and fishermen, and demand accountability from the federal government. The challenges are big, but so is our potential. Read the full platform at sorrowforcongress.com. I am Janelle Casero, your candidate for delegate to Congress, 4 on the ballot.
From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rod Carolyn. Well, the hot weather is going to continue across the area today. We're going to be dealing with plenty of sunshine and some temperatures between 90 and 95. You factor in the humidity, it feels above 100. The National Weather Service has a heat advisory in effect for the entire region from 10 this morning through 5 p.m. this afternoon. Tonight, generally clear skies. A few clouds may drift by the area that will remain warm. Lows overnight around 80. For tomorrow, sunny and breezy weather. It's going to be hot again. We'll probably be under another heat advisory tomorrow, 90 to 95. Looking ahead to the day on Thursday, look for sunshine and breezy conditions with temperatures between 90 and 95. Offshore, winds are going to be out of the east at 10 to 15 knots today. Waves will run 2 to 4 feet, 1 to 3 feet off the western side of the islands. Your chance of encountering a shower offshore this morning, less than 30%. From the VI Radio Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rod Carolyn.
Baby girl, you know my situation, and sometimes I know you get impatient, but you don't put on a show to get ovations. Take it to court and go through litigations, and I respect your gangster. Treat you like a princess and put some on your neck to thank you. She's my pinch hitter. When the starting lineup ain't playing right.
Hey.
Sound like I'm gassing ya.
Good morning again. It's 101.3 Roe FM, WEVI, and Bushtina Morning. Your host is Neeks. You already know the island's newest hot station. Listen, I got to say a huge thank you to our sponsors again. All right, My Lord Variety Store and Smoke Shop. I got to say a huge shout out to you right here in the Barron Spot Shopping Center. Also got to say a huge shout out to Liberty VI because they're in the last few days of... I want to say the True Fiber Fever experience, okay? So they're saying it's wrapping on up in just a bit. If you have not been there as yet to get this awesome deal at 1 gigabyte for just $50 a month, and that locks in for about 2 years long. You don't want nothing more than that, okay? Trust me, you got to get that. Now, also... the Flaming Grill. All right. Today is Tuesday, so you know today is Roti Day. Each and every Tuesday is Roti Day over at the Flaming Grill. So make sure you give them a call ahead of time and get yours at 340-778-6270. That's the number to call. Oh yeah. All right. That's 340-778-6270. And they got some. Listen, they switch it up a little bit this week for the specials, you know. So listen, make sure you are keeping it locked and tuned in so that you know what is up for the day. All right. Order yours ahead of time, beat the rush, and make sure to tell them sass you down. As a Flaming Girl right there on the Mary Highway from the Ag Fair Groves. Go check them out. They got side special salads, they got veggie plate, they got burgers, they got main entrees, and they got all the sides you could possibly want. Okay, but today, the special for today is roti. That don't mean you can't get nothing else, you know. It's just that that's what's extra special, okay? So, yes, that's right. Listen, let's get into what's going on along our shores because we don't have a whole lot of time. But this is one story we kind of been hinting at. We touched on it briefly yesterday. I want to say a huge thank you to, we had our special guest come in yesterday, candidates for governor and lieutenant governor. We had Donna Fred Gregory and Rodney Moorhead were here in the studio with us on Bush Tea in the morning. We had a great conversation, so shout out to them and their whole team, as well as all the candidates that have been able to grace the studio with me and sit down and just kind of, you know, get familiar because this is such an important important time in our history, right? This is a turning point in our Caribbean history, in our Virgin Islands history. And another thing I'd like to mention is that when I read these historic highlights, right, when I talk about these Virgin Islands historic figures, you kind of see just how much time is mirroring itself, right? History tends to repeat itself. And you see that this isn't the first time we've had tumultuous, trying, changing times here in our territory where we had either limitations or struggles beyond what we have right in front of us, right? But one thing for sure, two things for certain, as a people, we have always been able to overcome. And I think we need to remember that no matter how trying the times are, no matter how heartbreaking the situation, we are such a resilient people. And granted, nobody wants to have to be resilient, right? But it's important that we are. And we're resilient because we always stand true to who we are. We stand true to our values and our principles. And this might be one of those times where we need to just remember what those things are. Okay, so instead of tearing each other down online, making the snide remarks, trying to either tag people or question their character, their moral compass, understand that we're all battling unseen battles out here. We're all going through things that are either heavy in our chest, heavy in our emotions, heavy in our past, heavy in our minds, and these things definitely alter the way we think, the way we see ourselves, the way we see others. So grace, okay, we have to make sure that we're giving each other grace. And there are a lot of families, I want to tell you, a lot of families that are grieving and going through some of the most unimaginable feats right now. It's a great time to be very, very cordial, to be kind to each other, to be thoughtful and considerate and empathetic, first and foremost. Okay, so that being said, please, I always say it every day, treat each other well. Okay, that being said, let's get some news. The Virgin Islands is mourning the tragic death of Executive Security Officer Eustace Charles, who was fatally shot early Sunday morning in Williams Delight here on the Big Island of St. Croix. Authorities say Charles was inside his vehicle when it was blocked before multiple shots were fired. He died from his injuries at the scene. The FBI has now joined the Virgin Islands Police Department in the homicide investigation. Detectives have recovered firearms, interviewed several persons of interest, all right, and continued reviewing surveillance footage while asking anyone with information to come forward. Charles had served with the Executive Security Unit and was widely respected throughout the law enforcement community, and our hearts go out to his family, his loved ones, and all those who have been affected, or negatively affected by this situation. No, we do not have the internal information as to what led to this situation happening, what it may be connected to, and everybody's kind of asking the same questions. But I think the biggest concern right now, as you can see in every post, under every article, every message, every video, as well as throughout, the algorithm, is pretty much the community is concerned. Okay, we have lost yet another son of the soil. He's one of ours. He served diligently and selflessly as a public servant in our community. And we really want to make sure that we highlight who he is, what he stood for, and all the work that he put through. And he passed in the line of duty. He was on his way to work. All right. So that being said, the major concern that we're seeing a lot of people having right now is the fact that it took a situation such as this and somebody with such high stature in our community, someone who is revered and important to especially our most higher up officials, for certain protocols to be revealed, things that we have over the years started to feel were not available and impossible to overcome. And at the most basic level, we got to say investigative properties, right? And when I say properties, things such as the utilization of cameras. We lean so heavily on the community to tell on itself. That's the one thing we talk about. You see it in all the press conferences. You see it time and time again, regardless of how dire the situation is, whether it's young, old, whether it's children that are involved, right? They lean so heavily on the community to speak up against itself. However, we're seeing more and more through this situation and this reveal that people are concerned that protocols are not being used when it is everyday citizens in our community. Now, what I dislike about the conversation happening right now is that this family is not getting an opportunity to grieve properly because this case is the one that's being used to highlight this deficit in communication, in protocol, in servitude to the community, and it highlights a certain level of distrust in certain official statuses in our community, right? So, perfect example, they want to say BIPD doesn't care about anyone except for their own. As a citizen myself, I don't want to believe that. I really don't want to believe that my life isn't as important as the next, right? If something should happen to me, I would want justice to be served, as would anyone want for their own family and their loved ones. We all have been touched by the hand of violence here in our community. You could throw a rock and hit two people, and I promise you both of them have probably experienced loss to gun violence here in our territory, and it has been because we have a very small community, right? So per capita, we have all been affected. All right, whether it's somebody that was close to you, somebody you went to school with, somebody that you knew in passing, someone that was a familiar face, and in the most worst situations and considerations, family members, loved ones, children, brothers, sons, uncles, daughters, you name it. Okay. Now, that being said, I want justice for my family as much as I want it for the next person's family. And that being said, where is the trust in our community if we feel like we have to be public servants, or we have to be in higher stature in government, or we have to be revered by those who are in power in order for certain protocols to be enforced? What is the status quo for us as a community? And does this signal the beginning of a change in that status quo where we can now expect that cases can start to be solved? Because let me tell you something, as much as we believe that the community not being willing to speak out contributes to violence in our community, you had better believe your bottom dollar that people having the belief that they will not be caught contributes to it even more. Okay, when people can comfortably make decisions and then execute or act on those beliefs without fear of repercussion, either from community or from the system itself, the system that has been designed to govern us. Why should I? It's just like children. When the cat's away, the mice come out to play, right? So if there is no repercussion, if there is no real, and then let's not even just talk about being apprehended. Let's talk about what it looks like when people are caught and the law takes over. We're seeing cases where people are walking away from capital murder after 7 years, after 15 years, and nothing is being done in terms of making sure that the families are being done just, right? Now, every case is different, and I'm not speaking about any one case in particular, but just flipping through the different dynamics of the stories and those who have been apprehended, whether you were caught or not, there is no real price to pay for the decisions that are being made in our community. And as such, they will continue to be made. What are the stipulations? What are the guidelines that we are following to make sure that, what are we doing to avoid people being that comfortable to take a life? That's where my concern is. Okay. In addition to feeling like if something was to happen to you, to me, to anyone that we love, how confident are we that justice will be served? And I don't find that as a community, we're very confident in that as well, which is one of the main reasons why people don't speak out. So say one, say two, you cannot turn the finger at the community when there are systems in place to govern us, and we're not utilizing them in the way that they should be utilized. You know, it's on every level. You cannot just blame the community. Those who are serving are members of our community as well. And in the same breath where you are looking at your neighbor and saying, oh, they don't want to say anything, you also don't want to do anything, even when that position of power is sitting in your hand. I'm telling you. So there's so many different ways that we can look at it. And I feel a great sense of grief for so many who are still carrying. You're seeing the stories are coming out. In 2000, X, Y, and Z, my friend died under these systems, under this these details of the situation. I don't want to really speak too much on and bring up too many things from the past, but you're seeing the stories are coming out and people are talking their truths, and they're saying how quickly the hand of the law just kind of pushed things aside and moved on. Give our condolences, have our moments of silence, we lay them to rest. You know, we get the tattoos, we get the keychains, we get the pendants and the medallions, and we show our grief and the things that we carry internally. So time and time and time again, so many times, right? And then we confidently know not much is going to be done about it. And as such, it's like we're just sitting in vain, waiting for the next shoe to drop. So that's what I'll say on that. I really hope that things really turn around, which is why it's important, again, for everything that we see in our community that we would like to see change for. It is important that we know how to vote. I am never telling anybody who to vote for, and don't ask me because I'm not going to tell you. I am a public servant myself. I sit here and I take my voice in media very seriously. I do not play sides. I definitely am in support of everybody pushing for the betterment of these Virgin Islands. I have hosted for several candidates, and I have my voice heard every single day, urging our community to go out and do the right thing and to make sure that they are having the conversations necessary to make the right decisions when they go to do their part in their community. But as far as it goes, the back and forth, the banter, the choosing the sides, the this and that, I don't mix me. Please don't mix me, because I ain't getting in it. I truly believe my part in this community to play is to be a voice of reason and to make sure that perspective is at the forefront of every conversation. All right. So that being said, let's move on with what else is going on in our community, because that is not where it ends. Okay. We also have, let me say this. Police are urging residents to remain alert following a noticeable increase in commercial burglaries and residential home invasions across St. Croix. Investigators say several incidents have occurred within a short period, prompting additional patrols in affected neighborhoods. Authorities are encouraging homeowners and business owners to secure their properties, install and maintain surveillance systems, and immediately report suspicious activity. Detectives continue reviewing evidence while working to determine whether multiple incidents are connected. And the community is so small. Look at how easily it was for us to deploy, the use of certain cameras, eyewitnesses, tracking devices, you name it, in order to make sure that we're getting information necessary to solve these cases. Even just apprehending persons that may seem like they are of interest, for whether it be for questioning or further investigation, there are ways to do things. And I saw one comment that posted that in the States, they don't play that. They don't play that. That's why First 48 was created, because in the first 48 hours, they know that is the most pivotal time for you to get the most information about any given case, okay? Anything. So why are we not utilizing that level of urgency with our own local cases, right? Because it's our Virgin Islands. Cannot expect anybody is going to come here in a white horse and save us. Nobody is going to come here to save us. Nobody is going to have our best interest at heart. It is just going to be a job. They will not deal with us the way that we deal with ourselves. So at the end of the day, nobody going to clean your house better than you. Okay, even when you hire people, you still got to come up behind them and make sure that you touch up the little areas and whatnot, because there is certain things that are going to be invasive, right? Invasive of privacy. And then we're calling so much for people to come down and handle X, Y, Z and whatever. But then when they do, and they don't do it in a way that we want it to be done, we're upset. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. So what would it really be that difficult for us to hold each other to a certain level of regard and accountability in order to make sure that we are taking care of the things that are most important to us, to our future, and to the continuation of these here Virgin Islands, our culture? We can't just pick and choose what's important and then expect that across the board everything is just going to be taken care of. That's not the way that it works. Right? So what you important is where you're going to get your results. Now, that being said, in more news, construction is beginning on the long-awaited underground electrical infrastructure project along Queen Street on St. Croix. The project is designed to strengthen the island's electrical system by relocating utility lines below ground, making them less vulnerable during storms. Oh, yes, we've been talking about this for ages. So motorists should expect temporary lane closures, traffic adjustments, and construction activity throughout the projects. Officials say the work represents another step forward and toward improving long-term reliability the government or for the territory's power grid. Okay, so that's a good reason for a delay. Okay, you guys just please exercise wisdom and be cautious when you're on the road. Slow down. Okay, this is a great cause and I hope they get it done sooner rather than later. Now, police continue investigating a shooting near the Glen service station that left one man critically injured while a woman sustained minor injuries. Officers responded quickly after receiving reports of gunfire and secured the area while collecting evidence. Detectives are interviewing witnesses, reviewing surveillance footage, and asking anyone with additional information to assist investigators as they work to determine what led to the shooting. All right. In more news, the U.S. Court of Appeals has established a deadline for government's response in former Office of the Management and Budget Director Jennifer O'Neill's request for release while her appeal continues. The case remains closely watched because of its connection to the ongoing federal corruption prosecution involving former Virgin Islands government officials. Additional court filings are expected before judges determine the next phase of appeal. Also, planning continues for the future Club Med Resort development on St. Croix. Following the recent groundbreaking ceremony, the large tourism project is expected to create construction jobs during development while adding new hospitality employment opportunities once completed. Officials say the project represents one of the territory's most significant tourism investments in recent years and will include accommodations, recreational amenities, and expanded visitor experience. St. John's world's famous Trunk Bay has earned international recognition after being named the world's top beach in a global ranking. The beach was praised for its crystal clear waters, protected national park setting, while sand shoreline and underwater snorkeling trail. Tourism officials say the recognition further strengthens the Virgin Islands' reputation as one of the Caribbean's premier travel destinations while highlighting the importance of preserving the territory's natural resources for future generations. So shout out Trunk Bay, earning international recognition at being named the world's top beach. Believe that. Hey, yes, turn that up. I love it. Listen, you know what it is to be number one. We've been one of the top 10 for ages, but number one, numero uno, talk to me nice. I don't talk at all. That's what I'm talking about. So that's definitely something that we should really be proud of. Okay, shout out to St. John, shout out to the Department of Tourism. All right, because it can't happen without all those of us who working hard to make sure that we're representing these Virgin Islands that we call home, these emeralds in the sea. And I call them emeralds because let me tell you something, true value, that's enough. True rare precious gems they are. Now, in more news, Governor Albert Bryan Jr. addressed the territory following the fatal shooting of the executive security officer, Eustace Charles, calling the incident a devastating loss for the Virgin Islands. During his address, he confirmed that investigators had already executed search warrants, recovered firearms, and detained several persons of interest as part of the ongoing investigation. The governor also announced that law enforcement resources are being strengthened through interagency cooperation and urged residents to remain calm while assisting investigators with any information that could help to bring those responsible to justice. He emphasized that public safety requires cooperation between law enforcement and the community, and that is true. All right. Now, officials continue meeting with senators, federal partners, and local leaders after the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development suspended additional funding flowing through the Virgin Islands Housing Finance Authority. Administration officials say they are working to resolve HUD's concerns while protecting hurricane recovery projects already underway. Officials say discussions remain focused on restoring confidence in the territory's recovery programs, strengthening oversight, and ensuring that critical housing and infrastructure projects continue moving forward as federal reviews continue. All right. Communities throughout the Virgin Islands recently observed Rastafari Day, recognizing the cultural, historical, and spiritual contributions of the Rastafari community. Ceremonies included music, educational presentations, cultural display, and discussions highlighting unity, religious freedom, and African heritage. Government leaders joined members of the Rastafari community in celebrating the occasion while recognizing the important role Rastafarian culture has played in shaping the territorial diverse cultural identity. Also, construction crews have officially begun the long-awaited underground electrical project along Queen Street on St. Croix. The work will relocate electrical infrastructure below ground to improve reliability and reduce storm-related outages. All right. Also, court proceedings continue following a plea agreement involving a teenager charged in the 2024 shooting death of Jardin Dutty Hot Jones. All right, rest in peace, rest in peace. He was a great friend of mine. Under the agreement filed in Superior Court, the defendant will plead guilty to second-degree murder and could face up to 15 years in prison. Subject to court approval, the case attracted significant public attention following the fatal shooting, and the plea agreement now moves the matter towards sentencing while bringing an end to one phase of the lengthy court proceedings. So more on that and other news. And while we're having the conversations about justice in our territory, mind you, there are a slew of cases where justice or the families walked away feeling that justice was not served. So that being said, say one, say two, I would hate to be an official here in our territory that have to make these difficult decisions, because no matter what decision you make, somebody is going to suffer. All right. So hey, that being said, agricultural leaders, farmers, educators, chefs, and food security advocates are preparing for the return of the Island Food Systems Summit, which will focus on strengthening Caribbean food resilience and expanding sustainable agriculture through the region. Organizers say this year's summit will feature discussions on local food production, climate resilience, nutrition, agricultural innovation, and partnerships designed to reproduce dependence on imported food while creating new opportunities for local farmers and producers. Also, the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands has awarded $10,000 in scholarships to students pursuing legal careers. The scholarship will assist aspiring attorneys as they continue their legal education with the goal of returning to serve the Virgin Islands in public service, advocacy, private practice, and community leadership. Foundation leaders said investing in education remains one of the strongest ways to strengthen the territory's future, encouraging recipients to use their education to give back to their communities, as well as to help to shape the next generation of Virgin Islands leadership. And that concludes our news for today. All right, got to say a huge shout out to everybody that tunes in, everybody on the dial, everybody on the Facebook Live. Shout out to you guys this morning. Y'all are really MVPs. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. I want to remind you guys, don't forget Saturday, August 1st, a night of vibes. It goes down Chemo Dan at Gaza Empire and Trinidad. Believe it. All right, Volume 9. That goes down at Levels. All right, 10 p.m. is when the doors open until, don't forget, majesticentvi@gmail.com or via Facebook, Majestic Ent VI. Shout out, be there or be square. 101.3 will definitely be in the building. All right. So that being said, I hope you guys really, really take the time to dig deep within and see what are the ways that your habits are contributing to the deficit and downfalls of our community. Each of us have them. Every last one of us have. Each of us to something in some way that we would like to see changed in our community. And one of the best ways that we can make sure we taking care of self is to make sure that we are being honest with self first and foremost. Okay, so you gotta look at yourself first, because every time you point that finger forward, you still got 3 others pointing back at you, which means there's always something that you can do to start the change that you want to see. Be the change that you want to see. Michael Jackson said it best. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm talking to you. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. It's been another great episode and rendition of Bush Tea in the Morning. Hope y'all got something nice and hot to knock up this morning. Start your day off the right way. Tomorrow is Wednesday. As you know, we got those guys from the Street Addressing Initiative that's going to be coming in with us tomorrow, catching on up with what we got going on as that's concerned. We got a whole lot of changes taking place, and we want to make sure we continue with the direction and moving forward and carry on our islands into the futures that they deserve to be in. It's the year of our Lord 2026. We need to be there. All right, we definitely need to be there. We don't need to be still moving like we back in the early 2000s or the 90s. No. All right, these Virgin Islands are too special, too important for that. And a lot of why things are the way they are is because of how complacent we are as a people. All right, and in a big way, you can't really point at any one island and say, oh, is this one or is that one? Every last one has its flaws, and we the people have to just be real with each other about that first. It doesn't matter who we put in position or who we put in power if we don't look self first and say, you know what, these are the things I need to change. I want to do better because I want to see better, and I want to be a better example to those young ones, because they ain't going to do what you say, they're going to do what they see you do. So let's be the better examples. Let's make sure that we're doing. I got things about myself I got to change too. I ain't perfect. I am the furthest thing from perfect. But I'm telling you, I'm going to have a good time while I'm making these changes, though. I definitely am. And I'm going to ring that cowbell every single chance I get to remind myself that today is another day and I won at today. All right, definitely. Today is a new day, so make sure you keep it locked. Don't touch that dial. The station is always bringing you the hottest in entertainment, news, media, music, and so much more. All right, so keep it locked. I love you guys. Be safe. 10s and 10 and 2. Treat each other well. And as always, I will see you later.
1 gig for $50 a month and a 30-day money-back guarantee? Are you fiber kidding me? I'm in. Charles,